Ready? You guys ready? We're ready. We're here. We're ready, and we're ready. I was gonna say something. I was gonna regret that. Anyways, guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another live stream, another show. Today we got a really good friend, Jose Novelo. Shout out to Jose. Thank you for making it.
Thank you, bro. Always a pleasure to be here with you and your audience.
We're ready.
And let me start by saying I don't know if he's watching, but probably he'll join soon. If not, he'll be watching this video. Thanks to my boy Joe Helms for this. Look at this, man.
Oh wow!
Look at this.
So a viewer gave you this.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome! Shout out to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe. If you're not here, probably you'll be watching this later. Thank you, bro. Man, thank you, boy. Thank you. My boy, Joey Helms. Thank you.
Thank you, man. That's awesome. That's really great. I'm still waiting for my shirt in the mail. Just kidding.
All right.
Oh, hold on. Where's the...
Bruh.
Anyways, oh, look. Shout out to Sam with the $20 Canadian super chat.
Thanks,
Thank you
Sam.
very much. He says, thank you so much for your channel, Jose. We really appreciate you because you introduced us to Jose
Sam.
Novelo. Oh, there you go. That's Sam.
Yo,
Oh, there he is.
Yo, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Here it is. Here's Joe. My boy.
Okay, so there you go. Okay, so I guess I can buy my own T-shirt now with a donation. All right, I'll do that. I'll just buy my own T-shirt. Thank you so much. By the way, hopefully you guys can hear us okay, because again, I got a different setup here since I got him in the studio, but I think you guys can hear me okay, good. So we have a few topics here we wanted to talk about. Talk a little bit about residency, even though we talked that to death. And we're also going to talk a little bit about, or a lot of it, about about housing and not housing, coño. About real estate. There you go. Hey, I got it. Okay, we're going to talk about real estate because a lot of you guys also have that concern. That's one of the main questions you guys ask us about, talking about, real estate, renting, housing, all that stuff. And we're also going to be answering your questions. In fact, we're going to just jump into your questions real quick. Okay, so shout out to all of you guys out there in the audience. I see we got a bunch of people already showing up. So let's just get, right into it. So Jimmy John is asking, first question of the day. Jimmy John says, do I need to start with temporary residency, or can I jump straight into permanent residency if I meet the financial requirements? My wife has no income. Does she automatically qualify for permanent too?
Okay. I'm going to use the old attorney card. It depends. It depends. But let me explain. Each Mexican consulate around the world, the U.S., Canada, Europe, around the world, each consulate has its own threshold with regards to the income, the monthly income, or savings. Okay, and based on that, if you have that much income based on that consulate, then you can go straight for permanent residency, and also depending on your age. Because if you're like 35 and you have like $350,000 in savings, you're not eligible for the permanent residency because of your age. Okay, so as I said, it depends. But if we will have to go through your particular case, your age, your income, or your savings, and the consulate you would like to apply for your residency, and based on that, I can tell you yes or no. If not, worst case scenario, you'll be eligible for the temporary residency, which you can get 4 years of temporary residency, and then 4 years after, then you will be eligible even if you don't have the income or the savings or the age. You will immediately, after 4 years of temporary residency, be eligible for the permanent resident. I don't know if that explains.
Yeah. So, like we've discussed this before multiple times on the channel, but again, each consulate going to be totally different. I just heard from somebody that was at the Seattle consulate, and now they're asking for FBI background checks.
What?
Yes. So it depends on the consulate. Will depend on what they ask for, and depending on the thresholds. Meaning depending on how much you have, depending on the consulate, will depend on whether you qualify for temporary or permanent. That's it. It's as simple as that. So it's up to their discretion.
We can check though.
You can check. So he has contacts, and so basically, if the consulate that you're going to be going to, you can reach out to him and he can check his database, and then he'll let you know
For example, and this is I just remember one client. He's from Australia. He and his wife, they're from Australia, and Australia, the consulate in Australia, their monthly income for temporary residency is $4,400 for temporary residency. Wow. And that's, I would say that's
high.
That's kind of high.
Yeah, that's high. So that's the thing, and so
But that's Australia.
Yeah, that's in Australia. But again, some places are even higher, and some places are very low. They're reasonable. And it all really depends on. This is why people do the consulate shopping. But even then, I heard that they're cracking down on that a little bit. Where again, you have to go to the consulate that's closest to you.
Yes, sir.
And if that consulate doesn't approve you, then you're out of luck. But again, this is why I bring up all the time on the show the RNE program, because that's a way that you can still get your residency without having any kind of problem, basically. In fact, someone asked, I saw someone ask, so I'm gonna ask you, do you think that the RNE program is gonna be around next year?
Okay, I'm going to answer this with two different hats. Okay, first hat as an attorney. I'm not sure at this point. We're not sure if the program will continue. We will know first 2 weeks of December 2024. Until it's published, then we can confirm this data. Now, as a businessman, as a regular guy, my guess and my gut tells me that it will. And it's as simple as this. It's been a great program. I would say it's been a great program. It's been helping a lot of expats to have legal documents, which also helps the government, to get things, or a driver's license, which for the government per se, it's good. Right. Because you're driving a car, you need a driver's license. Let's be honest, they'll be,
they'll keep an eye on you. Yeah. So basically, right. They want all foreigners that are coming to Mexico. They want to keep tabs on you one way or the other. So a great way to do that is by legalizing you, by regularizing you. So giving you not just residency, but once you get residency, then you'll open up a bank account, get a driver's license.
I was going to say that, and that's the best part. You'll be able to set up to open a bank account, and then you can use your money here, right. And that's good for the government.
Yeah. Okay. So the government, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? They're businessmen, just like a lot of businessmen out there, and they're thinking about money. And that's really what that's their main concern when it comes to this kind of immigration, because again, anyone that's really watching this video or watching these live streams or whatever, doesn't matter how poor you think you are, you're middle class at the very least when you come out here. So why wouldn't like the government want middle class and higher, all kinds of individuals, from all over the world. It's not just U.S. and Canada. It's all over the world that are coming here. They want those immigrants that are fleeing their countries. There's a bunch of immigrants that are fleeing their countries, and these immigrants are all kinds of people. It's not just low-level employees, but scientists and engineers and lawyers, or there's all kinds of retirees that have a nice pension, whatever it is. But the point is that what Mexico wants to do, what they want to do, is that they want to relieve that pressure from these future immigrants, so that they don't have to worry about residency anymore, so they can just come out here, live out here, and spend their money here. That's and collect taxes, because again, every single purchase you make, you're paying taxes on. And then if you're going to buy,
you move the economy.
Yeah, and you help the economy. You know, you're helping the local economy. You're helping the national economy. But even again, when you go as far as buying a house, you know,
right.
and you're paying taxes. You know, all these things.
So that's why I said I need to answer this question in two ways. I cannot guarantee you that it will until probably December 2024, until it's published by the federal government. But that's the attorney.
Right.
As an individual, as a businessman, I think it will, because what we're seeing and based on our experience.
Yeah, and we've talked about it again in previous episodes. I don't have it prompted.
Disclosure, I didn't say this as an attorney.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's just saying it as a citizen.
Yeah.
Again, as an attorney, he is basically saying, I can't tell you because you know
until it's published.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, just as a Mexican citizen, you know, just a normal human out here that lives out here. Yeah, he knows, and he knows how Mexico runs and how he knows everything. And again, not just that, but like what I was going to say is that in the past, okay, we've when we talked about this more in depth, I've actually brought up there's an actual thing in the immigration law that basically says that this R&E program, it is a thing that was around even before COVID, okay? Right. So they just used to only do it every few years instead of every year. So one way or the other, whether they renew it or not, this program in one shape or form, it might be called something else later on, but it's still going to be around. Yeah, meaning that but at the end of the day, what I guess the point is that if a person moves to Mexico on a tourist visa, all right, and they're out here long enough, will they be able to get residency, one shape, form, or another?
Well, depending on the case, but probably yes.
No, but how about this? Depending on the individual, because like I said, you know, you can even go as far as me. I got married, okay, or you can get someone, you know, a job to sponsor you. Okay. You know, there's many ways, right? Legal ways. You know, we gotta always emphasize that, right? The lawyer, that's why I got a lawyer here, okay? But they're all legal, 100,000% legal, Steagle, you know, legal beagle, whatever. Yeah. And so that's the important thing. But at the end of the day, it's not like in the USA. Okay, where you come as an immigrant into the USA and you got to jump through a million hoops just to get residency. That's not how it is here. You know what I mean? Like, again, just like any other country, you know, there are...
There are ways.
But there are legalities that you got to go through, bureaucracy, but, you know, it's doable. It's definitely 100% doable. So, okay, so we've already talked about that. Let me see if we have any more questions on that. By the way, shout out to everyone. Welcome everybody. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. All right, hold on. I should have had this prompted. All right, let's just move on to this next thing. All right, I have a question for you, okay? That I think a lot of people might be interested in. Is Mexico going through a housing bubble? And more specifically, since we are in Mérida, Yucatan, and you are, by the way, he sells real estate. He's also involved in real estate. So this is why I want to ask him, because you know, if anyone knows, he should know. So not just Mexico, but Mérida, Yucatan. Is there a housing bubble? You know, because a lot of people are seeing that prices are going up on properties, not just here in Mérida, Yucatan, but in other parts. You know, you see it, all the gentrification in Roma, in Mexico City, or in whatever. Okay. So what do you you know, what can you comment on that? You know, meaning, you know, is there a housing bubble? Do you think it's going to pop? Or is it going to keep going higher in prices? Or what's the deal? What do you...
All right. Okay. I'm not scared about the real estate bubble. What I'm kind of scared, I've said this before in different scenarios or interviews. What I'm scared... Hey... What I'm scared is... Okay.
You want some? Yeah. So by the way, here, Kristen says hi, by the way. She's a little off screen. She brought us some popcorn. Some snacks. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay. What I was saying is, I'm not scared about the real estate bubble. I'm scared about this. And I've said this before in different scenarios. I've said this in my podcast. I've said this everywhere. I'm scared about this investment lots. Have you heard about those?
Oh, yeah, yes. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, in fact, it's great. Perfect segue, because you can talk more about that. Right. Investment properties, right?
Investment properties or small lots or raw land. Okay, guys, please.
Okay, can you talk a little bit more about
okay,
that? Like,
this is what's happening. So there's this huge piece of land in the middle of nowhere. All right, and then someone says, hey, because I own this 25 hectares. It's like 25,000 square meters. It's a lot of land. It's enough to build a city, you know.
Yeah.
So what they do, some developers, not all, because I don't want to crucify everyone. What they do is they subdivide this lots, and they tell you that they'll build a clubhouse and parks and common areas and blah 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 blah. I'm scared of those guys, honestly. I'm not scared about the houses, the gated communities where they build houses, and you can see the house. You can actually see the house,
right.
Or apartments or towers, because those are selling as we speak. And yeah, the prices are going up. Yeah, because a lot of people's coming to Merida, and there's a simple reason why everyone wants to live in Merida, safest city in Mexico. Again, thanks.
Yeah, by the way, safest city in the Americas.
in the Americas, exactly.
Second, whatever. Safest, right?
So that's why. I mean, there's a reason behind the prices going up.
Yeah, supply and demand. This is basically it. And so there's a lot of demand. There's a lot of demand. But what he was saying, because I want to touch on this a little bit more. Okay. So I think this happens in other parts of Mexico, but it's really happening out here in the Yucatan. It's a monster thing.
Crazy.
Okay, so what's happening is that, again, if you look at the map, you see Merida is in the middle of the jungle. There's nothing around us. But there are people out here, okay?
Progresso's 30 minutes drive.
Yeah, Progresso, the beach is only 30-minute drive. But what I'm saying is that, like, there's a lot of people out there that are buying these huge swaths of land, what he was saying.
In the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere. And they are subdividing these pieces of land, and then they're selling it as investment opportunities. Basically saying, hey, in the future, this is going to be a development. We're going to have houses, and we're going to have all these amenities, and we're going to have all this stuff. And right now, you can get in, and you can buy your property for a few $1,000s or a few thousand pesos,
Paying monthly,
by
the way.
Yeah. And eventually, we're going to build a house here, your house, their house, everyone's house, and we're going to build all these amenities, and you're going to get something for extremely cheap, that eventually is going to be very expensive. Get in now, buy it now, invest now.
Yeah.
But the thing is that we've already seen scam after scam after scam, during all this, because again, they're literally selling you land in the middle of the jungle that isn't even, it's not even hey,
you don't have electricity,
but not even electricity, but it's not even legal in some cases. Some people were selling land that was used for the Mayan train, so the people were starting to move in, and the Mayan train people were like, hey, wait a minute, this is where the train goes. Who sold this?
Right. So the thing is this, guys. I know everyone wants to be an investor because this is something I learned 20 years ago when I started in real estate. Everyone wants to be an investor because I love every time I hear someone calls me an investor. You're an investor, yeah. Invest in this, invest in that, but before sending any cents, any dollars, please, you don't have to talk to me. Contact your attorney and ask your attorney, hey, what do I need? What documents do I need? Where's this property located? Does it have a title? Do they have building permits? I mean, the whole thing. Make your due diligence. I know the land is cheap. It is cheap. Merida is cheap. I mean, Yucatan, the whole Mexico is kind of cheap.
Yeah.
But cheap doesn't mean legal. All right?
Right.
You gotta pay. If you want to live nice, you gotta pay.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing too.
But if you want to take a risk, take the risk.
Yeah, take the risk. And look, a lot of people just also don't understand. It's like, yeah, you can buy a plot of land for cheap, but you still gotta build a house, and that costs money. And, you know, eventually it adds up. And again, look, I've seen many people build homes out here. I've seen people build homes here, and they spend years building a home, and it's a disaster, and they're just, you know, hemorrhaging money. And I know other people that have come out here, and in a few months, they already built a major house, and only for a few $1,000s or whatever, you know? And it's all depends, and you have to be hands-on. You got to do work. You got to do your homework. You got to do due diligence. There's so much you got to do, and a lot of people, they just don't want to do that. They just think that, hey, I'll just throw in a few bucks over here, and it's all going to just magically, you know, happen. You know, I'm just going to throw a few thousand pesos over here, and then in a few years I'll come back and I'll have a mansion built. Like, no, what are you talking about? So it's like, it's a lot of things like that, and so a lot of people, they don't do their homework, and then they're just signing, you know, pieces of paper. They don't even know what they're signing. And many times, again, you know, things are different in another country. So in Mexico, you know, things are different, obviously. So a lot of people are just signing, giving some money, not really looking at anything, and then before they know it, they got scammed. And sometimes even legally, because it's like, well, no, you gave me money. It's like, it's your dumb ass.
You signed.
Yeah, you signed, and you know, and then when they and then when they look at the paper they signed, and they actually translate it for the first time, they're like, oh, wait a minute. The paper says, yes, I will give this person money because he has a nice face.
Yeah, good.
Like, hey, I thought it said that I was going to buy a property. You know, and it's you know.
I thought that was the pretty face. Yeah.
So it's just, you know, it's a lot of things like that, and a lot of people are just not prepared for that because they think that things are the same as in the USA, and then they come out here, and if they sign something, you know, wrong, that they're gonna legally get protected in the court of law. No, out here, if you sign something stupid that you shouldn't have signed, the judge is gonna tell you, why did you sign that? You didn't read it? It says it right there that you gave up your rights or you gave up that money. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why having a legal advisor. Again, guys, and I've said this before, man. Every time Jose invites me to this interviews, to his channel, I say this. You don't have to talk to me. You don't have to contact me. Contact your trusted attorney. Please, but please do.
But please contact a attorney is what it
yes,
says.
Yes, exactly.
It doesn't have to be him.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be me. Contact a attorney. And the reason I say this is simple. Because if you contact your attorney or an attorney, then things will get better. And if they get better, it gets better for us as well. And I'm saying us, I'm talking about me, because everything will be nice. I mean,
because everybody's in a community here, and that's
exactly.
the thing. You know, nobody wants you to get scammed. Nobody's trying to scam
that's
anybody.
Right. That's right.
Obviously, if more scams happen or more bad things happen, it affects everybody because it's like, remember.
The bubble could happen.
Right.
Then it could happen
because people start losing confidence. You know, people stop coming out here. People stop buying and investing in the real properties, and that's what he's saying. Is like, if you're gonna buy something or invest in something, make sure you can see it with your own eyes. You know, make sure you can touch it, you know, things like that. Even if you're buying a plot of land, just make sure that you can see the plot of land. Don't buy a plot of land in the middle of nowhere and you don't even know where it is. They just give you some coordinates, you know? So come on, you know? So like a palm tree in the middle of the jungle, you know? Come on now. You know, so it's many things like that. By the way, look, I do have a bunch of people that are asking me a bunch of simple residency questions. So let's just, you know, knock them out lightning round style real quick.
All right.
One of the questions.
Sorry.
Oh, no? Okay.
The alarm. Sorry.
My
alarm.
One of the questions is, let me see. Hold on. Sorry. What is the process to convert a temporary residency card into a permanent residency card?
Okay.
That's easy. So
yeah.
What do you do?
So if you have, after the fourth year of straight, I mean, because sometimes this happened before. I had this client that, hey, I've been having my temporary residency for 4 years. All right, now you can get your permanent residency. Can I see your residency card? Here it is. But it says that you got your residency card a year ago. Yeah, because I lost the one before because I didn't renew it because I was in the U.S. Sorry, you'll have to start from zero.
Okay.
That will be your first year. So you need to just make sure that you have 4 years straight. You know, if for example,
4 years straight.
Yeah.
Living in Mexico.
Not for temporary residency. No. Okay. Here. Let me explain. You got your temporary residency in 2020. All right. then you went back to the U.S. and came back before this 2020 card expired. You renew it for 2021, all right? Then you went back to the U.S. and came back before it expired and renew it for 2022, all right? So if you renewed your residency card before it expired 4 years straight without living year-round in Mexico, after the 4th year, you get your permanent residency.
Okay.
All you need to do is get your, you should have your residency card, fill up the paperwork again, okay? Update your immigration demographic file, fill up the residency forms, bring your the card and your passport, pay the government fees, and then they will take that residency, temporary residency card, and give you the permanent residency.
Yeah, because again,
photos, fingerprints, all that good stuff.
So it's very easy. Again, if you already have your temporary residency, once you've been here, once you meet that 4-year threshold, all you got to do is just go to immigration, okay, and just say, hey, I'm here to get my permanent residency, and that's it. It's automatic, okay. But you got to be here 4 years. You got to have the card for 4 years, or at least be valid. You got to be, you got to be legal for 4 years. Because if you let it expire, or you got to start the process over again for whatever reason, then it starts at that point. So that's it. So from the person that's asked the question, he already had it for 3 years, and again, by the time 3 years straight. Yeah. Okay. So but again, if by the time it expires, okay, if you've been here 4 years, because look, in my case, I think I had it, for 2 or 3 years, but I was already here.
You got married, yeah.
Yeah, but I was already here, before that, so I already met the 4-year threshold. Okay, but that's basically what they're looking at. It's just that you're legal for 4 years.
Don't let your temporary residence expire. Okay, yeah, renew it before it expires.
Yeah, because if it expires, it means you got to start all over from the very beginning again. So just make sure you get that done. Okay, next question. My mom was born in Mexico. My father born in the USA. Do I qualify for residency? Can I start the process in the Chicago, Mexico?
You qualify for dual citizenship, not just for residency.
Okay, and I have videos on my channel, dedicated to that. Just do a search on my channel, and you can find those videos. Okay, on how you can get it all done.
Basically, you're Mexican.
Right, you're Mexican. Yeah, if one of your parents is Mexican, you're good to go. More questions. I visited Monterrey in 2017, but only for 4 weeks. Do I qualify for R&E?
Do you does your passport get stamped? I mean, when you enter the country, did the immigration agent stamp your passport? Because if he did or she did, then yes. That's good enough. Okay. So basically, if you have a stamp on your passport 2017, you're good to go. You qualify. Now, brings up another question. What if you don't have a stamp? What if you've been to Mexico multiple times and you never got a stamp? Well, is there a way to get around that? I mean, is there a way to prove that you were here? We had this before because there was this client that came to Mexico like every year, but in a cruise ship. And that doesn't help because he was in Mexico. He had pictures. He said, hey, I have pictures. Yeah, probably you ate tacos also. Yeah. But that doesn't mean you were in Mexico because you got, you were traveling through it. Yeah. So what you guys need is if you come by land or by air, please make sure you get the stamp. Okay. If not, because this also happened. Yeah. You came to an airline, but maybe the agent forgot to stamp your passport. But what they do not forget is to register your entry in the system. So what to do? Okay, I don't have a stamp, but I'm sure I was there in 2017, for example. But my passport is not stamped. Okay. You can ask, you can pay a fee and ask the immigration office for your prior visit certified letter. That's something you can ask for. Okay. And you can see, and this is an official document from the immigration office with your name on it, your passport number that says that you've been to Mexico in 2017. And that's good enough for the R&E program.
Okay, so that's it. So basically, again, if you don't have a stamp, all that's going to do is add an extra step, and you got to pay an extra fee to get a letter, a certified letter from immigration saying, hey, we looked you up on the computer, you are in the computer, so you qualify. And so that letter is basically a proxy, or, you know, again, it's what it's used since you don't have a stamp. So please get the stamp, because if you don't get the stamp, well, then you got to go through that extra step, extra process, but it can be done. It's not a big deal, not a problem. Okay, so I see Jonathan X asks, Jose and Jose, didn't you say in a previous video that in Merida, when you renew your temporary residency, they'll give you 3 years at once without having to renew each year? Okay, so this is how it works. If you are on a tourist visa, FMM, whatever, and you get your temporary visa, you know, first time getting your temporary visa, you get this, you get to pick how many years, 1, 2, 3, or 4 years. It's recommended you get 4. But you can get as many years as you want. It all, you know, each one has a cost, correct?
Right. If you the first time you got your residency was for 1 year, okay. Then for the next time you renew, before the first year expires, you can ask the immigration office to, instead of renewing it for 1 year, you can renew it for 3 and pay for 3 years. Okay, so you don't have to renew it every year. You can that's an option, and that's something you can do in Merida. Before the first year of your residency expires, you go there, renew your documents, and you can ask them to charge you, or you can tell them, I want to pay for the 3 years residency, and that's it. That's all you need to do.
Okay, all right. Next question. I have a RT visa. What's an RT visa?
What, sir?
RT visa? RRD? No, RT? Temporary residency? Maybe
probably?
you did it backwards anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I got a temporary residency, and I'm planning on getting the RFC.
Okay.
I was told at the office in Merida, they only give RFCs to permanent residents. But we would have to go to Valladolid or Campeche as... Is that true? What? No. You get your RFC. Yeah, I got my RFC as a temporary residency.
All you need to do is get an appointment, and the SAT offices or the tax offices. You need to log in, see their calendar, and just send your information and get an appointment. Bring all your documents, and you can get an RFC. Yeah, that way.
Yeah, and then the RFC is just used for a few things, you know.
Or hire someone to get you the RFC.
Yeah, but RFC is easy. I got my RFC thinking I needed it, and I never really used it. In fact, the only time I used it was to buy my used car, register under my name. But that's it. You know, RFC is really only used for a few things, right? Like if you're gonna buy a house, right? Buy a house.
To open a bank account now. Some banks.
Some banks. Okay,
some
banks. I was gonna say because I've opened a bank account.
Some banks.
No RFC needed. But anyways, long story short, you only need it for a few things. It's not something that you need to have, you know. It's and in fact, it's better to just wait until you need the RFC to get the RFC.
If you're doing business, then yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, business, buying a home, you know, certain big things. But that's it.
Pretty
you know, again, just wait until you need it and then go get it. Okay, you're right. I mean, no. That's because otherwise, why have it, right? So someone asked, what do you need to open up a bank account? So again, depending on the bank will depend on what you need. But for example, if you go to BBVA, the only thing you need at that bank to get your bank account is that you need at the minimum temporary residency. Temporary residency, passport, a CFE bill, which is your light bill. And by the way, the light bill does not have to be in your name.
Correct.
And it's just, they need an address. That's all it's for.
Correct.
Okay? So it's just whatever. Pick up one on the street. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so, you know, a light bill and then your phone, a Mexican phone, so they can put the application. That's it. Now, some banks will ask you for maybe the RFC. Some banks will ask for a few other things, but...
And guys, the RFC is the tax ID.
The tax ID. The only thing the RFC is a tax ID. That's it, okay? But that, I mean, basically it's really not that difficult. But yes, you need residency. There is one bank that you don't need residency for, and that's Intercam. You know, bank.
That's
Intercam.
right.
But again, most people only use that if they're gonna, you know, they're coming out to Mexico to purchase a home, but they can't get a legal bank account. So this is like a bank that's like half Mexican half U.S. bank. You know, it's it kind of works with Bank of Mellon or Mellon Bank in the USA.
The New York Mellon Bank.
Yeah, whatever. So the point is that, you know, there's like a loophole that allows you to get that bank account so that you can purchase a home. But that's basically it. You know what I mean? It's you know, I had an Intercam Bank and they just closed my account recently. See, I got the letter right here. See? Yeah, because I don't use it. I never used it, you know, for anything. Because I'm broke as hell. All right, but anyways, but that's it. Easy as fuck. Okay. If you married a Mexican citizen, do you have Mexican residency? You know, temporary residency, or okay, sorry, I read it wrong. Sorry. If you marry a Mexican citizen, do you have temporary residency first, or can you go straight to permanent? Well, look, in my case, when I got married, I had to get temporary residency, and then after I met a threshold for 2 years, then I get permanent residency.
It's like that.
But that's it. It's really easy. I literally got married, and I just took my paperwork down to immigration a couple days later, and I got my residency.
2 years, and after 2 years, then you're permanent. Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's correct.
Do you need an RFC to put utilities in your name?
Well,
I think maybe just CFE, right?
Again, it depends.
Yeah, because but by the way, so look, when you rent a home in Mexico, you don't put any utilities in your name. You know, no light bill and no water bill. The light bill and the water bill is always under the name of the owner of the house.
But if you want to use your CFE bill as an invoice and use it as for your tax deductions, then yes, you do need an RFC.
Yeah, no one in the audience is going
to. But I won't bore you.
You know,
this is boring. Taxes are boring.
Yeah, if you're gonna get that far, you're already hiring him. Okay, don't worry. I mean, but for the no, you do not need an RFC to put anything in your name. And you're not going to need to put anything in your name because in the USA,
taxes are not boring.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, but in the USA, when you rent a home, okay, let's say you're going to rent a home, you got to put
sorry. Yeah. I just read. I meant internet, cable, and gas. No. Answer is no.
Okay, so in the USA, when you rent a place, you have to put everything in your name, which is crazy. Imagínate, I rent this home and I got to put everything in my name. But in Mexico, it's not like that at all. In Mexico, everything is under the owner's name. And so basically when I pay my light bill, it's under the owner's name. I just got to go pay. If I don't pay, I don't have light bill. I don't have light. That's it, you know? And if I don't pay long enough, then the owner's like, hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? Okay, yeah. But honestly, really what happens is like, if I don't pay the light bill, I don't have light. That's it. And by the way, it's simply as like, let's say the bill is due tomorrow. If I don't pay, they cut the light off. It's that fast, okay? It's not like in the USA. But long story short, the only bill that I have in my name living here is the internet bill, or you know, the cable bill. That's it, or my cell phone bill, which again is not even a bill. I just pay some rent. But anyways, but that's it. And even then, they're not asking for anything. All they're asking for is your name, your address, how you're gonna pay, cash or credit. You know, whatever. That's all they care about. They don't care about anything. So when you move into a house in Mexico, as a renter, what you're going to do is that the only thing you're going to put under your name is the internet bill, the cable bill. But the water bill and the electric bill, which is CFE, is always under the owner's name. And so when you get that every couple months, you just go pay for it, and that's it. And you can use that bill that is not under your name for things like opening up a bank account. That's it. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. So it's really easy. The only time that you're going to have to put the light bill or the water bill in your name is once you purchase the house. Once you purchase a home, okay, at that point you got to put those bills under your name.
That's right.
But whatever they're requiring in order for you to open up those accounts, you're already going to have it because you bought a home. It's the same thing, you know. So whatever you know.
That's correct.
That's it. It's easy peasy. So it's actually a lot easier than in the U.S., which is very helpful. By the way, I'm just picking random questions right now. So please, if you have a question that you really, really want an answer to, just ask it again, and hopefully I get to see it. Let me see. Is Starlink available in Mexico? Yes, it is. Let me see. If I have my temporary residency, do I have to stay in Mexico a certain amount of time?
Nope.
No, you don't. No, not Intercam. Intercam. Hold on, I'll type it in. Intercam. Is there anything you want to add, or?
No.
Okay. All right, I'm typing it in so you guys know what it is. Okay. If we, well, I don't know. I'm sorry. Don't ask me partial questions because I'm not gonna know what you're saying. I'm just looking for a quick, I don't know.
Hey, again, because probably he didn't hear it, but shout out to my boy Sam.
Shout out to Sam. Yeah. He saw you. Yeah, he left
Love
a super
them.
chat.
Yeah, that power couple, man. Power couple.
Yeah, man, it is funny. Like all the questions. Okay, look. I mean, okay. Oh, there you go. Does all legal paperwork have to be in Spanish? Let's say like the divorce papers or birth certificates or free residence, whatever. All that in Spanish?
For what?
I don't know, but I don't know, because again, people are not asking complete questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, this is how it works. If you're in Mexico and you're gonna do anything in Mexico, it has to be in Spanish.
Yeah.
Just like in the USA, I'm not gonna, it has to be in English, right? So out here, things have to be in Spanish. Okay. Chill says, my girlfriend is Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend is Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get residency permit if I come to Mexico?
No.
No. You got to be married.
Yes.
Okay. Can I hire someone in Mexico to help me become a dual citizenship? I'm in California. My birth certificate is apostilled, and I have my mom's Mexican birth certificate. Yeah, you can probably do it yourself, or you can hire somebody to probably do it in California.
Exactly. Yeah. You can do that in California. I don't know where you at. Probably San Jose or Sacramento. They have consulates, or LA or San Diego. I mean, whole California. Yeah.
Yeah. Zunif says, is it possible to work and live in Mexico permanently as a W-2 employee for a U.S. company? Basically, long story short, how it works is like this. It's up to the U.S. company. Okay? If the U.S. company allows you to work outside of the USA, then yeah, you can work on Mars, in Antarctica. Who cares? So yes, you can work out here, no problem. But the question is, what are the tax implications? No tax implications. Again, I'll let him, whatever. But again, if you're earning money from a U.S. company.
That is correct.
In Mexico.
You'll pay, okay.
For example, I earn money from Google, YouTube, in the U.S. Do I have to pay taxes in Mexico?
In Mexico, no, because they're already taking...
so in Mexico, no?
No, because they take your taxes and they... I
pay taxes in the U.S.
Mexico, it's called retener. They will just take...
Yeah, same thing in the U.S.
They'll take
but long story short,
part of the taxes and then pay. The company will do the same. They instead of sending you the full amount, they'll just withheld part of that amount and pay your taxes in the U.S. So yes, you can live in Mexico and work for a U.S. company. There's a lot of clients that do that.
Yeah. So if you're a W-2 employee, you already know they're taking the taxes straight out of your paycheck. Okay. So that means that, Uncle Sam, the U.S. government, is taking your taxes. So you have to do your taxes at the end of every year, so that you can get that money back. So basically, you're only dealing with the USA. Okay, that's it. You don't have to pay taxes in Mexico unless you work in Mexico for a Mexican company. You only pay Mexican taxes if you're dealing with a Mexican company.
That's correct.
That's it. If you're working for a U.S. company, you pay taxes too.
And probably you get your money into your U.S. account, so
yeah,
there's no way.
You got nothing to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You have 10 minutes.
Yeah, was it? No. Oh, we got it. Hold on. Any questions? All right, hold on. Let's. You know what? Talk about your. You have a podcast, right? You want to plug it or?
Yeah. If you want to follow me, but it's in Spanish. What I would ask you guys to follow us is on our real estate company, because we also have a real estate company. We have a law firm, we have an accounting firm, we have a real estate company. I'm a certified and licensed realtor. When I do real estate, I'm not. I don't like to be involved in the legal part of it, because that would be, that's not right. That would be what's it called?
Conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest. But if you want to hire me as your attorney, then I cannot be involved in the real estate part.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love for you guys to follow that agency also.
Yeah, so all the links are on my website. All the links are down below. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it's just basically he's a lawyer. He also has a real estate company, but he doesn't get involved with both, meaning that...
an accounting firm.
Yeah, and an accounting firm and all this other stuff. So again, if you are dealing with him, let's say you want to buy a property from him, well, he's going to advise you to go with another lawyer so you don't have a conflict of interest. Now, if you're buying a property from somebody else, he would be more than happy to be your lawyer. Or again, if you need a tax lawyer or a tax accountant, or accounting help. Again, you have a business out here, whether it's an Airbnb or you're opening up a restaurant or whatever it is, he'll be more than happy to help you with that.
Don't let the T-shirt fool you.
Nah, you get you know.
And again, thanks, Joe.
Oh yeah, so let's talk about that for a minute. Okay, so about real estate. Okay, so you were mentioning, and you mentioned it before, but it seems that now it's 100% the law. So you were mentioning that now, for the first time ever in Mexico, in order for you to sell real estate, you have to have a real estate license. You gotta be a licensed and legal and go through a process. So can you tell us a little bit more about that? Because up until now, anyone can do it. Meaning, I mean, someone that came from the USA or Canada, you know, a foreigner can come to Mexico on a tourist visa and sell real estate, but that's not legal anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Problem is they still promote and sell properties,
even though it's illegal.
Exactly, and the problem is this: maybe you can buy a house from someone that doesn't have a license, okay? And this changed a year ago. It was published. It's Law 247. That's what it's called. You can buy a house or a property from someone that's not licensed, but you're in some kind of a risk. Because if something goes wrong and you try to sue that person or that company, then the judge will say, hey, sorry, but you purchased a property for someone that is not a license. So this is not the way we should process this case. So you'll have to go to a criminal court, okay? You can present a case and at some point you might win the case, but you will have to go through that whole process. Okay. Now, if you buy a property from a licensed realtor and something happens, there's only one office you need to go, which is Profeco, because now we need to sign contracts that are pre-approved by this government office. So if something goes wrong, then boom, like that, you can get either your money back or fix whatever is wrong and get the property, or solve the problem.
Okay. That's okay. You know what? That makes a lot more sense. So basically, up until very recently, you did not need to have any kind of legal license or any kind of legal nothing to sell property. So everybody could be a realtor.
Yes.
All you got to do is just act like a realtor, and you're a realtor.
Yeah.
But as of very recently, now they passed a law that says that in order for you to really be legally protected by the law, in case something wrong happens, you got to deal with a legal realtor. So what do I mean? Let me speak, to U.S. Citizens about this. So, like, for example, it's like in the U.S. right now, if you hire a plumber, you hire a licensed plumber or you can hire an unlicensed plumber. Mm-hmm. So if you hire an unlicensed plumber and they create a mess in your house, well, you really got no legal nothing to stand on. You can take them to court, but it'll be like small claims court, and it's just basically one individual over another.
Exactly.
Yada yada yada. And it gets at the end of the day, you're probably going to lose because you hired an unlicensed contractor. But if you hire a licensed contractor, to do your plumbing or electric or whatever it is, well, if something goes wrong, well, now you can legally take him to court, and that guy, if he did a bad job, well, he has to pay, and there's legal ramifications for that individual. So same thing right now in Mexico.
Exactly.
Because of the new law, it's as simple as this. It's like, again, if you go with a licensed realtor, you got no problem. In case something goes wrong, you're protected by the law. In fact, you can go straight to, like you said, Profeco. Mm-hmm. Hey, Profeco, everybody knows out there that is a very important entity out here. It protects consumers, okay, from all kinds of wrongdoings from corporations and other entities and businesses. So now, the ability that if someone scams you or does something wrong with a real estate license, again, a legal realtor now, harms you in whatever way, you can go straight to Profeco and you're going to get, results immediately. But you can still legally, again, just like in the USA, you can legally still hire somebody to do some handyman work without a license, but then you'll pay the prices if something goes wrong. So now, if you buy from a person that does not have a legal real estate license and something goes wrong, now you got no leg to stand on. Yeah, you can sue them, but it's like suing another individual. And so that's a problem. Now, it's okay if, let's say you're buying by owner, so if you're buying from the owner, okay, well, it's okay. Again, he doesn't have that real estate license. You're buying straight from the owner. But if there's an intermediary and that intermediary does not have a license, oof, that's a problem. Correct. So it is advisable, from this point going forward, that if you're going to buy property, again, just buying property, not rentals. Rentals are something else, but buying property, make sure that you ask, hey, do you have a real estate license? And if they tell you, oh, I don't have a real estate license, oof.
And if they say, no, we don't need a real estate license, tell them and use this. Okay, so you're not licensed by NOM, NOM 247 or NOM 247? Because if you tell them that, they'll say, hey, damn, this person is,
Yeah, so basically it's a thing. If you're talking to someone and they say, oh, what do you mean? We don't need a real estate license out here. Just say, oh, so you don't have your paperwork according to NOM 247. That's the law. Mm-hmm. That's the law, okay? Mm-hmm. NOM, I put it in the chat, okay? NOM 247. And that's it. You can do a search on Google yourself real quick, all right? So you can get more details on that. But just make sure from now on, again, if you're purchasing a property out here in Mexico, that they follow that law.
That's right.
Now, I got a bunch of questions of people asking me, hey, I'm a Mexican, or hey, my parents are Mexican. How can I get my residency? Or how can I get citizenship? Look, I have videos on my channel. I'm just trying to go a little quick here because he's pressed for time, okay? But long story short, I got videos on my channel already telling you guys in detail how to get your residency. If you were born in Mexico, okay, not residency, sorry, how to get your citizenship. Again, how to get your Mexican citizenship if you were born in Mexico but were raised in the USA or raised abroad, or if you were born in the USA or Mexico, born in the USA or Canada or anywhere else, and your parents are Mexican and you want to get citizenship. Again, I got videos on both those cases. People I've interviewed that have already done the whole thing. So just check those out on my channel. Just do a quick search and you can find out exactly, okay, what you need to do to get your Mexican citizenship, no matter what your situation is, whether you were born in Mexico or it was just your parents that were born in Mexico, okay? So let me see. Ian says, do you act as a real estate attorney?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yep. So that is your specialty is taxes or real estate?
Taxes and, taxes, corporation, and real estate. That's as an attorney, those are my specialties.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to brag, but I have a master's degree in those.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Okay, so that's just it. He just happens to do immigration and does other things because, it's all kind of like in that same realm. Immigration is easy compared to, dealing with tax law. Come on, so,
It is. Kind of is.
Let me see. Any more questions? Yeah. Oh, Lisa says, it's like, you have to go because you got a hot date. Yeah, with his wife and his kids that are waiting for him, right?
Lisa.
Okay, someone keeps asking me this, okay? How many Mexican pesos can I legally bring into Mexico?
Okay, the equivalent of $10,000.
So that's it. So again, this all has to do with the U.S., okay? Mm-hmm. If you should know this if you're asking this, okay? So the U.S., okay, doesn't allow you to leave the U.S. okay, with more than $10,000. Okay, now obviously Mexico and the U.S., they have an agreement, so they're going to also adhere to that. Okay, plus the drug war, all these things. I don't want to get into it, but the long story short, if the U.S. says you cannot leave with more than $10,000
in cash, yeah.
Okay, and that's everything. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's in Mexican pesos, in euros, and Martian, dollars, and in gold coins, whatever. Okay,
gold.
It's up to the discretion of the agents there. So you got to get creative, okay, if you're trying to move money across borders. Again, this is where cryptocurrency comes in. I don't want to get into that. That's not what we're talking about here. But, that's a quick and easy way that you can put your money digitally into outer space and cross any border and, have your money there. I mean, they still know that you have it, but that's another story. Again, I don't want to get into it. Let me see. I am looking to get into some city property in Puerto Vallarta in a couple years. Recommended? No, we don't know. By the way, I don't know anybody outside of here. Okay, my channel is just here to help you guys out. Okay, he's a friend of mine that I met many years ago. We just met randomly. Okay, he just happened to be a lawyer. You know what I mean? We became friends, and then yada yada yada. But yeah, to me, it's like, again, for people that are new to this channel, it's just me. I moved here 6 years ago, and I'm just telling you guys what I know and, tips and tricks on how to move out here. But I'm not like other channels. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not selling real estate. I'm not selling services. I'm not selling any of that shit, okay? In fact, if anyone sells, he sells. He sells property. He has lawyer services. Okay? But long story short,
you contact me, guys.
Exactly, contact him. No, but I don't know any of these things out there. That's not what I do. You know what I mean? Because, like, again, I'm just trying to build trust with you guys. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to give you guys real information and prepare you guys as best as possible so that you guys have the most the most knowledge available to you, so that when you come out here, you can make the best decisions possible, okay? So then when you do hire somebody in Puerto Vallarta, or you're looking for property to rent in Puerto Vallarta, you know what to do and what to look for, and you don't get scammed or anything like that. Again, let me see. I was born in Mexico and my husband is in America. We've been married 3 years. I was wondering how long it takes the process for him to become a resident, and if we need to move to Mexico City. Again, she was born in Mexico and her husband is American. Okay. So it doesn't take that long. Basically,
no, just come here. Visit us here in Merida. And we can get you the residency in a week.
Yeah. So basically, again, your husband, will come into Mexico on his tourist visa, and then with your paperwork, again, you gotta have your birth. You gotta have your
Mexican IDs.
No, not Mexican ID. Your wedding certificate.
Yeah, also.
Okay, but yeah, you need your So you, as a Mexican citizen, need your Mexican ID. But he needs his passport, and he needs his visa, and he needs you need your marriage certificate.
Marriage license, translated, certified, and apostle.
Okay, and that's it. And then he just goes into immigration, and that's it. If you need more information, go to the immigration website. It's all there, or contact him for, again. By the way, I do one-on-one consultations, okay? So if you want to, contact me and talk to me about anything, ask me anything, again, go to my website and do, you can find out more information. Or if you want to consult with him, okay? Let's say you have a situation, whatever the situation is, and you need to talk to him, you can do the same thing. Hire him for a fee, and he'll be able to help you out and get you squared away, all right? Basically tell you what you need to do so you can get your residency or your paperwork or your business license or whatever it is you want to do. All right. Is there a requirement to get a Mexican tax ID number if you are a permanent resident?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. You only, again, unless you're doing specific things that they're asking you for your tax ID, that's when you go get it.
Who asked? Robert. Probably that's what you've been reading on social media. But it's not. Honestly, it's not. If you want, I mean, it's not mandatory. But if you want it, you can get it. Okay? Fair enough?
Yeah, that's it. Someone told me in the chat to pass the popcorn. You grab a piece. Want a piece of popcorn?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so in Mexico, we put hot sauce on everything.
Oh, yeah.
All right?
We have Even in our drinks.
Yeah, we have a bunch of hot sauce.
We put it in our drinks. Beer. We put it in our beers.
Yeah, well, these people are insane out here. Anyway, so
sorry guys. Yeah,
I like beer to taste like beer.
This is Mexico. Yeah.
I know they put that on the candy, on sweet candy, bro.
That it is.
I think they let us suffer sometimes.
It is true. It is true.
And look, I get it. I'm a masochist. Remember, I used to be a cook.
It is true.
It is what it is. But yeah, look, guys. Just to we're going to start wrapping this up here. But okay, just to reemphasize, look. I like to provide all the information for free for you guys so that when you guys go out there to do whatever it is you're going to do, you guys have the most information possible. But yes, for a lot of you guys, it's best to hire an attorney. The reason I can do, or some of you guys can do some of these things on your own is because you speak Spanish. If you speak fluent Spanish, yeah, you can go to immigration and get it all done. But if you don't speak Spanish, you're going to have to hire somebody. So why hire, some gringo that barely speaks Spanish himself, as opposed to actually, un Mexicano that's an actual lawyer, and knows how to get it all done, okay, and gets it done, okay? Like, how long does it take to get residency with you?
No, man, 10 days. Well, 10 to 14 days. That's including the FMM, waiting for the FMM to expire. But actually, it's just a few days.
Okay.
A few days.
Or you can do it yourself. It's up to you. All right. Time is money. That's what I tell everybody. That's why I give everybody everything for free. If you want all the knowledge for free, just watch my videos. Give me some views. It's very easy.
Yeah.
It's not that big a
deal.
deal.
You'll be contributing. Yeah.
You don't gotta pay for anything. But if you don't want to, spend your time watching my dumbass, or listening to him, and other videos, it's fine. You can just hire us and we got it. Hire us for whatever. You can hire me for, for a consultation. I'll give you all the knowledge like that. Just
normally
make sure you get your questions.
Popcorn is for the people watching, but this is crazy. We're eating popcorn instead of you guys.
Yeah, that's right. You guys here. Let me give you guys some popcorn, right? Anyway. This needs some butter. Anyways, all right. I think that's it. He has to get out of here because it's
yes, sir.
Your date is waiting for you. Right?
Yeah, I need to.
Your wife is waiting for you.
I need to run.
Anyway, all right. So I think that's it. All right, guys. We're gonna get out of here. He's gonna come back again soon. He's gonna be making more appearances on a regular basis here. And I think we're gonna start doing like more structured videos. Where we'll have like a certain topic, we'll talk about the topic, and we'll take questions.
Or you can send your questions with a week in advance.
Oh,
we can go through
people
that.
know. I've been telling people about the show for a while, and I tell people about the questions, but, people are busy. They send the questions in at the last minute. But look, I get it. I'm busy. I don't read all the questions. It is what it is. I get it. I answer all the questions, and we've answered, look, by the way,
oh, man.
99% of all the questions that you have, I've answered or we've answered, okay, on the show, on all other shows, on other videos that I've made. So all the answers are there. In fact, I've answered questions because you guys have told me yourself. I've answered questions that you guys didn't even know you had to ask. Okay, so I've answered it all for you guys, okay? And I continue to answer it all for you guys. In fact, what shows like this today are just to, again, communicate with you guys, answer a few live questions.
To send love.
Send love, that's it. Interact with you guys, again, share the love, reciprocate the love back and forth. But we've basically answered all the questions. And all the questions we answered today, we've already answered before in other videos or other channels. But again, I know there's a lot of new viewers out there.
We'll keep answering.
That's
promise
right.
you guys.
You can ask them 100 times. We're gonna answer them 100 times. So that's the thing. We have the channel keeps growing. More viewers, more people that need help, that need questions answered, and so that's why we're here. We're here to just help you guys, and that's it. So you already know the deal, guys. Okay. Oh, shout out to Pochitrus for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Thank you. All right, let's do a little before we get started. All right. But that's it. Oh, somebody wants to know what your podcast is called.
Thing is, my podcast is to help entrepreneurs and business owners. It's called El Mundo Se Mueve Por Las Ventas. The world moves because we sell.
That's right. So he has a podcast. And again, by the way, he has like he does a lot of stuff out here. So one of the things that he does is that he helps some people with business and marketing and other stuff. That's what his podcast is about. In fact, right? Don't you have like meetups and you do all kinds of shit with like with certain people, Mexicans, that are again entrepreneurs, and so he helps entrepreneurs. He helps other people out here.
Love
other
to give
Mexicans.
back. Giving back.
Yeah.
That's it is. Yeah.
But that's what his podcast is about. His podcast is like a business podcast in Spanish. All right,
exactly.
Yeah. I'll put the link down below. Okay, don't worry. All right,
just giving some love back.
Yeah. So, man, well, now I get all the super chats coming in. Shout out to Pablo with the $10. I know we got to get going. All right, I know you guys want us to stay a little longer, but we got to get going. But yes, I'll provide the link down below for the podcast. Shout out to Pablo. Shout out to Sylvia. Shout out to Pochitrus. For the super chat. Thank you. You know what? ¿Cómo se llama el podcast?
El mundo se mueve por las ventas.
All right, hold on. I'll put it. Mundo se
mueve. Oh,
right.
you'll see my face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Spotify.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Look for it on Spotify and you'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
That's right.
So we got Hanson in the chat. That means because he's watching the NFL football game. I guess the NFL football game sucks. So that's why he's here. He's a friend of mine. Anyways, I guess the game sucks. That's why you're here, huh, brother? Anyways, but that's it, guys. Anything else? I think. Can you buy a home on a tourist visa? Yes, you can. And I think that's it. All right, guys. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for all the love. Thank you so much for all the super chats. Glad that we could be a help to you guys. Again, he's going to be coming on more regularly. We're going to have him on a few more times before the end of the year. And we're going to do some, specialty shows, okay? To talk about specialty things, again, like real estate, residency, or whatever it is. And again, please, down below in the comments, let me know what you guys want us to talk about. Or if you have any specific questions for him that I can relay to him, and maybe he can help out and ask, okay? And I think that's it. You got any last words?
Just as always, thank you guys for all your love and your comments and Joe, my boy.
That's right. Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Shout out to Joe. Shout out for the $20 super chat so I can go buy my own shirt.
And to Sam, yeah.
That's right.
My man.
All right.
Thank you guys. Thank you all. Thank you, Lisa, for your comments as well. Thank you, Lisa. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. All you guys. Yeah. We don't want to leave anybody out. So thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys on Sunday with a new video. And I'll see you guys here next Thursday with another live stream. And that's it. And you'll see him soon. He'll be back soon. And if you want to see him right now, or tomorrow, you can, contact him. Just contact him directly. His email's down below. And you can talk to him through a video chat. All right. And we'll go from there. So
that's right.
All right, guys. Love you guys. Peace out. Time to get out of here. Time for him to get out of here. Love you guys. See you on the next one. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.